Welcome to Ask Sha. I have Lily here, and we're about to have a discussion about relationships and whatever she wants to know. Questions?
My first question would begin, why do dudes put on a front? Because I feel like if you put on a front, this act, they don't step into the relationship honest. So how can they build anything honest if they have an act?
Like, it's like it's something that you have to basically, like we was talking about earlier. It's like a trend. It's something that people follow because of rejection. Like you probably got rejected one time and you feel like I have to change my image to meet the next one, and that's not who you really are.
Right. So we were discussing that you used to portray this act.
Yes.
So what have you learned since you don't portray this act anymore? How did it work? How didn't it work? What did you run into?
It created a lot of problems, for one. For two, I found that once you start with a lie, you have to continue that lie. You have to continue that act. You have to continue that front. And but for so long that you can do that before you're recognized. And every relationship that I had fronting didn't last. Why? Because I was fronting. It was recognized later on down the line, and that's not what you want to be recognized as later on down the line after you done told this woman you move like this, you get down like this, and you could do all of this and do all of that, and then you're not a man of your word. What is there left? Now she looks at you like a liar, look like you played me, and like you fronting.
Right.
And where does that leave one at the end?
Don't you feel like you're caught into a box? Like you have nowhere to breathe. You have no room to surface because you're blocking yourself into this box. What kind of problems? I would like to know. Like, what's your biggest front?
Well, my biggest front back then used to be like, basically, I'm the flyest guy. Like, I got all this money. Or I'm like, like basically what every young boy tries to do. Whatever it had to take to impress that girl at that moment, I would have tried it.
And what got you to do that? Like, what started it all? Because you saw other people doing it?
Basically, you see the older guys. You see. Oh, his girlfriend's nice. How did he get her? You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, all right,
your role models. You're looking up to role models.
And you figure, hey, nobody wants ugly girl. What I gotta do to get a pretty girl?
Why don't you like ugly girls?
I'm saying.
What's ugly? Wait. Classify and identify ugly right now. Yes.
Attitude could be ugly.
That is true.
The way a female talks sometimes, it's like, that makes you ugly because you're a woman. You shouldn't talk like that. You see what I'm saying? And that, like, fronting, you don't know what you're going to get from out of fronting because you're not keeping it real. So you're not going to get that. You're only going to get what you put in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that basically is like why, like guys, they front because they trying to get something that they want. It's bad because you end up, losing out at the end.
I'm trying to think of one of my past relationships where my companion was fronting. I guess I could tell, as I told you before, I told him, I don't like you because I felt like we were just friends. I just felt like one day I like you, one day I just don't know about you. And so it wasn't like he was a pest. He was like a little brother, like tag along, like a play date or something. It's just like, where are we going to go from this? And we're smart. People are smart. I can tell when we just don't have that connection, And I mean, he would just front like he liked me more than he said. And I was just like, no, you don't. I could see that. You don't like me as much as you say. And I want to know, do you guys think that we want to really hear that?
What do you mean?
Like, just hear that you guys really like us or love us? that we really want to be with you. I want to be with you, baby. I want to be with you. I hate that. So I want to know, why do men or boys say that to women? They don't say it to each other. It's like they have this assumption that that's what we want to hear or something.
It's basically what you see growing up. You know, you see like a man tell a woman he love you, so you kind of think like, oh, that's what's supposed to happen. But in your case, you know, like, who knows if that dude really did have that feeling for you. See what I'm saying? Because you didn't have it for him, so you weren't able to see how he could have that feeling for you.
But it goes back to the act. I wasn't playing an act. He was. I was putting myself forward, and he was putting himself to some degree forward, you know?
I understand what you're saying.
So it was like he was keeping that wall up, and I was opening myself up to him. So it was on him. Mm-hmm. And so I was fed up. I was like, you know what? I don't care about this wall. You don't want to get to know me? I don't want to get to know you anymore. I tried to, basically, and you just go your separate ways.
But what sparked the moment that you recognized he was fronting?
See, that's interesting, because it was like in the beginning.
And you continued.
That's what I'm saying. I
Why?
continued it because he wouldn't let me go. That's
There's
why.
some feeling there.
Well, yeah, there was, because as I told you, I don't know about you. One day I like you, one day I can't stand you. But it would go like that continuously. I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know? I don't want to keep doing, like, I like you, I don't like you. And like I would tell him every day, I was like, I don't like you, you know? And he still didn't get that, and that's what was really triggering me.
See, the reason why, see, there was somebody in that situation to say, yeah, I don't like you. There was an honest person in that situation. Mm-hmm. You happen to be the honest person.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a female that's going to be that honest and a man that's going to be that honest. Somebody's going to front along the line. You see what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, they'll both be fronting.
Yeah.
That's what they do. It just that you were honest enough and you stood up and said, yeah, I'm tired of this.
Right.
Some people sit there and go through it until they actually have found themselves being with this person for so long that they know that this person is not good. They know that this person is a fronter, but they're just attached to this person and used to this person being there that they feel like, I can't even let this person go because I'm used to them being there. Right. You were just lucky enough to get out before.
That's what I'm saying.
Worse.
I wasn't too tired. I would say I front by telling a guy that I like him too. Like, sometimes I front. I'll be like, yeah, I like you. But I'll tell him like that, like, yeah, I like you. What do you want me to do about it, you know? That's how I talk to guys, because when I run into guys that have this act, because I already know that this is not going to go anywhere because you're not honest. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm not wasting my time. I'm trying to pass the time.
I look at that like a security blanket.
In relationships today.
That's how I look at that, like a security blanket. You don't know who you're going to meet, so you're not just going to jump out there and say, and tell your whole life or put your whole business out there as soon as you meet a person. So you have to put some type of frontin/security block up. You have to.
I feel like there's no security blanket anymore with guys. I really don't. Another guy on the train, okay? I sit down. I'm minding my own business. I'm singing a tune. Oh, yeah, you sing? That's what he said. Yeah, I sing. Yo, my daughter sings. You know, by the end of the conversation, I know how old his daughter is. I know that he's married. I know that he went to college. He has a job. He did good with himself. It felt like a therapy session in 2 minutes. And I was just like, okay, this guy really needs to talk. Or he feels that he's being judged by me for some reason. And he has to tell me his whole life. And I was like, there was no security blanket in that whole conversation between 2 stops. There's a lot of strangers out there like that. Just gotta tell you my business. I just gotta tell you my business. Why? I love to hear myself talk. I don't know why.
It could be a bait line. You know what a bait line is?
What, to bait me into?
No, basically, like, yeah, if I'm honest with you, maybe she might be honest with me. Maybe if I tell her my life, maybe she'll tell me her. Some people think like that. Not me personally, but some people do think like that.
All right, but I mean, like, if there's a point, like, I'm honest, and then I'm pouring myself all over you. There's a thin line between that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
There's a thin line, because by the end of the conversation, I already know you. I already see who you are. I don't want to see any more of you. Bye-bye.
See, but there's a distinction right there. You already know. All right, I heard what you had to say. Done deal. You don't have to deal with that no more. No. But see, that's sad. That's why some people front. They don't want you to say, I'm done with you. They want you to say, hey, deal with me. Because I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna make you like me. And then you gotta see, my thing is like this. From my experience, women don't holler at men. You ain't gonna find a female walking down the block like, hey dude, how you doing?
Well, no. Nobody should. That's just back to attitude. That's just ugly. That's unattractive.
I feel what you're saying. But how else, like, being from, the inner city, how else do you, you could approach a female with I'm gonna let you can approach a female
just like this. You walk down the street. You catch eyes. And you will catch that female's eye all about your presence. You stand tall. You stand like a man. You don't look desperate. You don't look like you want to hound on her, because that's just going to push me in the other direction. You're going to stand tall, and then we're going to feel your presence, and we're going to look because of your energy. Then after that look, you stand tall, and you stop, and you say, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
And I bet you, you will get a response where she wants to continue talking.
You think so? Never.
I do.
Yeah?
I do, yes. There's some different men out there that approach women like a woman, not like some piece of meat. And we always get back to that. Men treat women like meat.
No, we don't.
Why not? I can disagree. Men treat people like meat. You eat them, you spit them out, you use them. What?
No, I've actually tried that. The whole standing up, looking in the eye thing.
It's happened to me before. It has.
As soon as I go to talk, they walk right off.
Well, maybe there's something about you that reads danger or reads uninterested.
That's bad.
My comment is bad, or
no? That's actually true. It's like basically, you only, like, women, to me, I think they're at a point where it's like, I don't even want to be bothered. You could look at me all nice how you want. Like, there's so many, they get hollered at so many times a day. Like, I think about it, like, it's just, Yeah. Like, so many times a day they get hollered at.
So you have to be the lucky straw?
Yeah, you got to be you got to be the lucky guy nowadays.
You have to stand out.
Like, cause what that has done now for me, I don't holler at women. Period.
You just what?
I just live my life.
Sorry for laughing, but
seriously.
So you just live your life, and then hopefully a woman comes in the picture.
This is what I told myself. I said,
that's interesting.
I'm not gonna holler until a chick holler at me. Till a female approach me, then I holler.
Now you're just being stubborn.
No.
Yes.
It's testy.
Well, it's testy because you're trying to see who's on your level. Is that true?
Yeah, but out of 26 years of living.
Right, I understand you gotta break.